Hello guys, welcome to all. So today I am going to teach you about matrix and system of linear equations. In school level or in graduation level or in engineering, you are all familiar with the matrices, determinant, system of linear equations. But here I am going to give you some more properties, specifically the rank of a matrix, which is very important for any kind of competitive exam, and that will give you process or mean that will help you to say whether that system of linear equations is solvable or not. So let us start. I am not going into details what is about matrices and all, so directly come to the properties. If you know this, so you can remind it what is elementary row or column operations of a matrix. Now suppose A be an M cross N matrix. Any one of the following three operations, which are either row operations or column operations, is called an elementary row or column operation on the matrices. What are the properties? Like interchanging any two rows or columns of A. If you do the operation on rows, then it is elementary row operation. If you do the operation on columns, then it is elementary column operations. Second property, multiplying any row or column by a non-zero scalar. Obviously not zero, that you know. Adding any scalar multiple of a row to another row or column. So you have this kind of elements. Suppose you interchange these or you multiply this with some scalar, or after multiplication you interchange this. That's are called elementary row or column operation. There I have given some properties that you will go through it. If you have any problem, you may ask in comment section, that is open to all. But some specific properties I will tell you. When a matrix is called involuntary or reflection matrix. See, a square matrix A is called involuntary or reflection matrix if H square equals to I. H square means A multiplied by A. So, and it must be a square matrix. Don't forget. Now, for an A is called involuntary if I plus A and I minus A, their product is a null matrix. Okay. Now this is all you know. Trace of Ka, where K is a real number, A is any real matrix, equals to K of trace A. But if A is any complex matrix and K is any complex number, then this relation does not hold good. Okay? Where theta is A theta means conjugate of A transpose. You will please go through it. Now what is idempotent or projection matrix? What is idempotent or projection? A square matrix A is called idempotent or projection matrix if A square equals to A. Okay? And what is Boolean matrix? A matrix whose all elements are either 0 or 1, that is called Boolean matrix. So, you have a given square matrix A and you find A square is A. So, you can say it is idempotent or projection matrix. If A square is identity matrix, it is reflection matrix, because A square equals to identity implies A equals to A inverse. Now this inverse matrix, square matrix, this kind of calculations you all know. These are very basic, but some more properties you need to know before appearing any kind of competitive exams. These are helpful for academic students, engineering students, for any. Now, can you tell me about the diagonal elements of a Hermitian or symmetric matrices? Always keep in mind the diagonal elements are real for symmetric or Hermitian matrices, and these are either 0 or purely imaginary for skew Hermitian and skew symmetric matrices. See, if A is a Hermitian matrix, then IA is a skew Hermitian matrix and vice versa. Okay? So again, this is your home task to go through these properties. I am going to next slide. Now, please remind about orthogonal matrix and normal matrix. So you know what is orthogonal matrix. If A, So what is the orthogonal matrix? A is orthogonal matrix if A transpose equals to I. Means A transpose equals to identity matrix. So if you do know what the suppose a matrix A is orthogonal matrix of order n, that is it's a square matrix, then instantly you must say A is non-singular because determinant of A is either +1 or -1. A transpose is nothing but inverse of A, or suppose short questions you get that find the inverse of an orthogonal matrix. You simply do the transpose because these are the properties of orthogonal matrices. Instantly A transpose is orthogonal, and for any product of matrices AB will be orthogonal if B is orthogonal. Okay? Similarly, you can state normal matrix. A is normal if A transpose A equals to A transpose. But it will be orthogonal if this is equals to I, means identity. If that is not, then it is simply normal matrix. Every symmetric matrices are normal, every orthogonal matrices are normal. Okay? Now, what is this theorem is telling about? Suppose you have a given rectangular matrices A, and B is obtained from A by performing an elementary row or column operations on A. Then you can find a matrix E that is called elementary matrix such that B equals to EA or AE. Now this elementary matrix also has some properties and which are very important. So B is obtained from A by applying the elementary row or column operations on the matrix A. What are the properties? Elementary matrices are invertible, and the inverse of an elementary matrix is the elementary matrix of same type. Same type means the operations you performed on A to get B, that E inverse can be obtained in a similar way. E is elementary matrix if and only if E transpose is an elementary matrix. Let A be an M cross N matrix if B is obtained from A by an elementary row or column operation, then B transpose can be obtained from A transpose by corresponding elementary column or row operations. Just opposite. If you perform first row for getting B from A, and if you want B transpose, then you perform the similar operations but in column to A transpose. Now the most important result or properties of a matrix, that is rank of a matrix. What is called rank? In my previous classes I have told you that matrix is nothing but a linear transformation. So a rectangular matrix A of order m cross n is nothing but a linear transformation from n tuple to m tuple. Okay, so rank of A is the rank of the corresponding linear transformations. Understand? Okay. Now a square matrix of order n is invertible if and only if it has rank n. So you can say In. Is it invertible or not? Next theorem. Let V and W be two finite dimensional vector spaces with ordered basis beta and gamma. Suppose T is a linear transformation from V to W. Then rank of T is equals to the rank of the matrix representation of T with respect to beta and gamma. So if you know the rank of a matrix, you can tell about the rank of the corresponding linear transformation, and if you know the rank of the linear transformation, you can say about the rank of the matrix. Here are some properties for a rank, and this is also important. The rank of any matrix equals to the maximum number of linearly independent columns or rows. Number of linearly independent rows or columns give you the rank of a matrix. So now you can say about rank of In. How many linearly independent rows or columns in In? That is exactly n, because in each diagonal you have one at the diagonal position. So rank of In is n, and so In is invertible. Okay. Going to next one. There are these are theorems, but these are very important properties, and these are all related to find the solution, whether it is exists or not, for a system of linear equations. Next one. Let A be an n cross n matrix of rank R. Then R must be less equals to m and n. And by means of finite number of elementary row or column operations, A can be transformed into this form, this matrix. Okay, where OJs are zero matrix and IR is the identity matrix. So any matrix A, based on its rank, if it is rank R, you can convert it to D, which is nothing but IR, rest are all zero. Let A be an m cross n matrix. Then rank of A equals to rank of A transpose. The rank of any matrix equals to the maximum number of its linearly independent rows. As I have already mentioned, the rows and column of any matrix generate subspaces of the same dimension as of its rank. This is okay. Every invertible matrix can be written as a product of elementary matrices. Okay. Now augmented matrix. Some of you maybe know when you use the numerical analysis, when you study numerical analysis and use numerical algorithms like Gaussian elimination, we always write like this: AI to find inverse, or AB, like this. These are called actually augmented matrix. Now how is it called? See, what's the definition of augmented matrix? You know augmented matrix, but if we ask you the definition in interview purpose, then we will step backward. But no, we need to step forward because competition is very high. Suppose A and B be m cross n and m cross p matrices. Both are having same number of rows Then the augmented matrix denoted by like this, we mean that a M cross N plus P matrix whose first N columns are columns of A and whose last P columns are columns of B. The rank of a matrix in echelon form is equal to the number of non-zero rows of the matrix. Okay. Now unitary matrix, you know, unitary matrix means all the elements are 1. So rank of an unitary matrix is equal to 1. Rank of a diagonal matrix like identity matrix equals to the number of non-zero diagonal element, but it's not true for a triangular matrix. Triangular means, you know, this is upper triangular, this is lower triangular. So for diagonal matrix it is okay, number of non-zero entries is equal to rank of the matrix, but for triangular matrix this is not true. For any two matrices A and B, these are the properties, you must go through it. If you have any problem, I am already saying you, comment box is open for all. And I am almost available for all the time if you ask any questions, reasonable questions, okay? Now, system of linear equation. This you know, this is a system of linear equations where xn's are variables. You need to determine xn's are variables, mn's are coefficients of xn's and bn's are source term, right? Then you can write it in the form as ax equals to b, correct? If you go for augmented matrix, this is nothing but this, correct? Now, here I just give a overview of system of linear equation. In my next class, I will deeply tell you or teach you the system of linear equations. But how the rank is important for system of linear equation, just a hint I have given here. Let A be an M cross N matrix and AX equals to 0 for some X not equals to 0. Then rank of A is less equals to N minus 1. Why? When you got this AX equals to 0 for some X not equals to 0. So the corresponding linear transformation if T cut T is not equals to 0, it is greater equals to 1, and you know Sylvester's law, rank nullity theorem, rank T plus cut T is dimension of the domain space. If you use that, and rank of the matrix is nothing but rank of the corresponding linear transformation, A is M cross N. So the T must be Fn to Fm. So you must think of it. This is not a difficult. Why we say if x equals to 0 for some x not equals to 0, rank of A is less equals to N minus 1. Going back to Sylvester law, rank of A, actually this is not A, this is the matrix LA, you can say LA equals to A. Okay guys, have a nice day. Thank you very much. Bye bye.